Everybody, happy holidays. Ooh, this is an interesting Christmas for everybody. A COVID Christmas. Yay! Fears at the highest ever. So, I just want to say welcome to all the new members that have come into the group. It's such a pleasure to meet you all. I've read many of your stories and seen a lot of your questions, and I'm always looking for the common theme that like a lot of people are dealing with coming in the group. And one theme I hear constantly is people wanting to figure out how to move or get through their depression or their anxiety or these just hard fucking times because like I do just this year, and tell me if you agree, has been so challenging. I mean, I don't think people's inner peace could be threatened on more levels than this year. We are having, it's fear of survival, fear of dying coming up for people, fear of getting sick, fear of financial loss, lack of connection. Uh, you know, I mean, it just keeps going. Even like mothers, lack of support, people getting quarantined. I've had many suicidal clients, and then they get quarantined for 14 days by themselves. Families dying, parents and people with COVID, like in hospitals dying alone. Like this year. So if anybody's going through this, first of all, I just need to just give you a hug and just be like, I am so fucking sorry that this year has been so hard. Okay? And I think we have to just for 1 minute have unconditional compassion for ourselves going through this time because it is intense. Like, it is deeply, deeply intense for all the families that have their kids at home, managing kids being at home. I had my kid for almost 20 days straight this month with no support because I had to quarantine because friends in the school got it. So it's a lot. But I want to help you. So for this video, and anybody that's on the call, comment below. I want to hear who you are. Just say hi, anybody on the call. Tell me hi, and if anyone has any questions, I'm going to just be open to questions on this call. If you guys want to ask me something and you guys even want me to tune in to help you to your energy and tell me what's going on with you, what you can tell me what's going on. I'm going to help you navigate what I'm picking up. So what I hear all the time is that people are depressed or they're anxious and they don't know how to get out of it. So I have learned, depending on where you're at in your spiritual journey, is more often than not when clients come in to see me, the number one thing that creates so much depression and so much anxiety and stops people from moving through is positivity. Feel like, what? Yes, positivity and gratitude. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean, too often when we're sad, there's this feeling deep, deep within us that says, you need to be positive. Hi, Lisa. So good to see you. You need to be positive. You need to be, you should be grateful. Other people have it worse than you, Like, you have an experienced child. You came from a loving family when you were growing up. Or, there's yeah, there's so many, you have so many good things going on for you. You have a good family, you have a good job. You know, this kind of statements that we say to ourselves. It's like, what's wrong with you? You should be happy. Look at all this stuff you have in your life. And I don't know, tell me, whoever's on this call, how do you feel when you're feeling sad and someone tells you, just relax? You know, or look how much you have, or they try to make you grateful, but you do not feel grateful. Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem with positivity, and I like to term it fake positivity, meaning telling yourself, oh, it's okay. The minute you say it's okay, how are you doing? Oh, you know, it's so, or someone says, are you okay? And you go, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's that kind of like, I'm okay. But you're not. You're actually shitty. You're actually not doing great. It's kind of like when we go to the line at the checkout counter and they're like, how are you? How's your day? And you're like, oh, it's okay. But it's not okay. This is a huge problem. It's a huge problem because what we're doing is we're spiritually bypassing ourselves. Spiritually bypassing ourselves. I don't know if you've heard this term, but this is the term when you rationalize away your negativity, or you minimize your pain, or you spiritualize away your suffering. And initially, when people are on this journey of, like, in the beginning, when I was raised with Taoism and Buddhism, I always thought I was going to need to be at this ideal state of love or acceptance or whatever. But it's very challenging because what that is you're just moving into the upper echelons of, like, the chakra levels, where you're not going into the deep muck. You're not going into that pain that actually exists in your body. Fuck, I'm depressed. I'm not okay. I don't have it all together. I don't know anything. I'm confused. I fucking hate COVID. I hate dealing this. I'm tired out. I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. You know? It's so important to start allowing these feelings, and people that spiritually bypass themselves. And I did this for years. I was so annoying because I was taught, and it's not your fault if you do this, I was taught as a kid to be positive, to be grateful. Who as a kid on the call, I want to hear it, whose parents as a kid told them, you should be grateful. Like, don't worry about it. Like, if you're scared, they're like, instead of saying, oh, you're scared? Sweetheart, what's going on for you? What's going on for you? Or if you're sad, them just saying, oh, sweetheart, you're sad? Tell me all about it. What's coming up? You don't have to be happy. Imagine you had parents that said that to you, like, don't be happy, please. Like, you should be sad. It's okay to be sad. And too often, we do that to ourselves. The minute we get sad, the minute we are depressed, the minute we are any of these feelings, we want to fix ourselves. It's like we're broken, that it's not okay to feel those feelings, to be in that state. And it's the fastest, like, I see this time and time again with clients where that's why they can never get out of their depression, because their mind is making themselves wrong. They're saying, I'm not supposed to feel like this. I'm not allowed to feel like this. I mean, a lot of times your soul doesn't even let you feel like this. And that's why when clients come to me, I don't always try to make them feel better. I actually want them to feel how they're feeling. And I might say to, like, it might be their homework, like, how depressed can you be? Because there's there's a lightness that comes when you stop trying. So if anybody, here's a tip. First of all, here's one tip. So if you're sad on a day that you're sad, and our natural tendency is to not want to sit in that sadness for too long. It's like, oh, let's do whatever we can. Let's meditate it away. And this is why I call it spiritual bypassing, because people use spirituality, meditation, Reiki. They use all these things to even bypass the pain. You can actually, if you're not doing it correctly, you could be using it to get out of it instead of welcoming it and saying, stay for as long as you need to, and allowing yourself to grieve, allowing yourself to be sad for all those years in your life when you didn't let yourself. So with sadness, what I used to do when I was depressed is I would just lie on the ground, try any possible way, drink it away, do whatever the fuck to not feel it. But what I learned is when I have sadness, I say this to myself: how sad can you be today? Like, if you're gonna be sad, let's fucking do this. Like, how sad? How fucking depressed? Like, do not be happy at any cost. Just don't be happy, okay? And it's interesting because even when you say that to someone, the minute you say that, they start to get a little happier. Because what you're doing is you're bringing love and acceptance and compassion to the darkness. You're holding space for that sadness. It's like a girlfriend saying to you, giving you comfort versus solutions, right? Solutions, they're okay. Acknowledgement, that's the first step. So acknowledging that feeling, it's like saying, sweetheart, you can eat all the chips you want today. Like, you do not have to be okay. You do not have to be positive. Like, fuck positivity. Let's say it together. Fuck positivity. It's just like, oh my God, it's annoying. And that's what it was like as kids when you got timeouts for being sad, for being angry, for all these fucking things. Hold on. So the very first step to overcoming this depression is letting yourself, allowing what's there. If you're angry, it's like, I'm fucking angry. How angry can I be today? Like, I'm not gonna be. Same thing with forgiveness. People skipping to forgiveness in their healing. I should forgive them. Especially when, I get this all the time, when people's parents are passing or getting older and they have to take care of them all the time. And it brings up a lot of resentment because there's a lot of unresolved unresolved childhood trauma. But they don't want to say it because they don't want to stress them out at their later years in life. But let me tell you, it's the only time to say it. It's the perfect time to say it. It's the perfect time to start acknowledging some of that unresolved pain that was there. But too often we think, oh, I should be nice, I should be compassionate. And these feelings, I should be nice, I should be compassionate, I should be grateful, these are things you were taught in childhood. That's why people are like, I had a loving childhood. Of course, a lot of people have a loving childhood, but no childhood is free of belief systems that might not serve you. So, being like, even the thought, I should be compassionate, that's a great belief, but it doesn't serve you when you don't feel compassionate. It serves you when you are. I should be respectful. It's a great belief system, but it doesn't serve you when you feel like being upset and speaking your truth. It will block you, that belief system. So recognizing, for anybody that's here and then watching this call, start to identify, okay, when you're depressed, what you want to do, this is your homework. Start to identify what thoughts you are believing. Okay, what thoughts are you believing? What are you even thinking about your depression? Are you saying there's something wrong with me? Or are you saying, I shouldn't be feeling anxious? Or why is this always happening? Or I should be more positive? Or no one wants to hang around me when I'm anxious? Or, yeah, who wants to be around somebody who's sad? Like, I don't deserve attention unless I'm in a good mood? What are your thoughts? Okay, I want everyone who's on this call and that watches this to post their comments. I want to hear, what are your thoughts around anxiety? What are your thoughts about when you're sad? What are your thoughts about when you're negative? Okay, what were you told as a kid? Because this is the very first thing that has to change. Okay, with my son, when I want to get him out of a funk, I'll tell you the number one thing I say. When he's sad, I go, oh, that sucks. First of all, I acknowledge, oh my God, I'm sad too. Or I'll be like, do not be happy today. And I go, don't be happy, please. And instantly will start laughing because I'm just acknowledging his mood and making all his feelings okay. And then usually within minutes, he starts laughing his butt off. But so write down, so everybody here on this call, like we're trying to move out of depression and anxiety. I want you to first start listing below any judgments you have of your current state, because that is going to be the first, like, especially if you're a drinker, you're alcoholic, you might say something like, I'm a failure. Like, I'm such a failure. I'm never going to get it right. I'm like, I'm disgusted with myself. So all of these thoughts, so even it's like trying to never be a failure in your life, that's fucking hard, okay? It's like, how many times can I fail? That's what I would say. I'm like, today, I was very humbled because I had like a client of mine basically like find an answer to her problem outside of me. And I was like, oh my God, I know nothing. After all these years, I just felt super inadequate. And I just said to myself, Suze, like, you think you're gonna get, first of all, I just let myself feel inadequate. That's the first thing I did, I just cried. And then I just let myself be like, I know nothing. Like, the pressure to know everything and to always get it right is it's exhausting and it's impossible. So it's like I started recognizing in my head, okay, what am I thinking? I need to know. I need to be competent. I need to be there for people. I always need to have the answers. Well, okay, but it's going to be a hard mission to live up to. So for anybody, I love you guys. Now on my holiday, I'm going to be going, I think tomorrow, I bought this wicked new deck. Actually, I don't even know where the book is. I should show you guys. It's called the Crystal Spirits Oracle. So I am so excited I'm going to do an oracle reading with you guys tonight or tomorrow. And then after that, I might take a 10-day break and not do any videos unless I feel inspired. Just to, as I said, I was just giving too much, and I need to rejuvenate. So for anyone that's wanting to jump on to kick their depression and start to move their self into a place of ease and learn how to love all of themselves, not just the side that is positive and grateful and has it all together. Book a free call with me. This is what we do in the program, and I have a keen sense on knowing which questions to ask you to help, and my whole team, on how to move you towards greater peace and harmony. And that's the thing now, when I have anxiety, I can have anxiety without any, I can allow it a lot. Don't get me wrong, I still have my struggles, but I can allow it with more ease than I ever did, a decade ago. And I still get rocked. I still get rocked, let me tell you. But way more time. I could handle it for more months and months than I've ever have in the past, just because I have more acceptance of it. I don't see myself as a failure for having it. So that's the very first place to start. I'm going to put the link for the call if any of you guys are on. I love you guys. Lisa, I love you if you're still on. Have a beautiful day. I hope you guys have a wicked holiday, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.